The Gulf of Mexico has always hidden deep mysteries. But on what seemed like a very peaceful morning, the surface of the sea suddenly turned a frightening shade of red. On the deck of the boat, shouts rang out, not out of fear, but because of a sight so astonishing that even the most experienced fishermen stood frozen in disbelief. Hundreds of thousands of red snappers suddenly surfaced at the same time, rushing into containers and spilling across the deck, forming a vivid and chaotic red waterfall. The sound of fins striking metal, the deck vibrating under the weight, everything blended into a powerful roar that made the entire vessel seem to tremble in the middle of the ocean. Adult red snapper typically weigh between 4.5 and 13.6 kilograms. Their long bodies, golden orange eyes, and bright red scales make them stand out among any school of fish. They usually live at depths ranging from about 9 to 60 meters, especially around coral reefs. Many schools also gather around shipwrecks or underwater structures where they can hide and hunt for prey. However, their striking appearance is only part of the story. Red snapper are actually one of the most valuable commercial fish species in the United States. Fishermen often affectionately call them the red gold of the ocean. For many coastal communities, this fish brings enormous income every year, making each fishing trip a precious opportunity. Because just beneath the surface, the schools of red fish begin to swirl. The water foams as if a small whirlpool is slowly forming. The anglers simply need to keep the right rhythm, drop the bait gently, give the rod a precise jerk, and reel in at the perfect moment. When the bait falls directly into the center of the school, everything happens almost instantly. The timing also coincides with the season when red snapper feed aggressively, attacking almost anything that moves in front of them. The result is a rare spectacle. More than 100,000 red snappers are pulled onto the boat in a single morning. As soon as the red snappers are brought onto the deck, processing begins immediately like a perfectly coordinated sequence of actions. The fish are quickly transferred into a chilling system where their body temperature is lowered close to freezing within minutes. As the number of fish piling up on deck continues to increase, the crew must work in precise coordination to sort them. The largest fish, with firm and powerful muscles, are placed directly into deep ice containers. Smaller ones are separated for later processing. While the deck remains covered with fish, the fishing rods continue working without pause. Inside the cabin, the captain carefully monitors radar and current sensors to ensure the boat stays directly above the concentration of fish. When the number of fish pulled up approaches the legal limit, he immediately signals to slow down the catch. Even though the school of red snapper remains dense beneath the vessel, they are still forced to stop. The sea only allows them a certain amount of fish, and those regulations must be respected. After the vessel returns to port, each fish continues through another stage of classification according to size and quality. Fish that are too young, scratched, or below standard are removed. The remaining ones are washed with sterilized seawater before moving to a modern vacuum packing line. Here, each bag or tray of fish is carefully vacuum sealed to prevent bacterial growth and extend shelf life. Inside the processing plant, the red snapper must pass strict quality control procedures. Each fish is weighed, measured, and graded into several categories such as standard, large, or giant. The color of the flesh, firmness, and freshness are all carefully inspected. Some fish are processed directly into premium products such as fresh fillets, whole frozen fish, or special cuts used for sushi. Many shipments are also packed according to specific standards for export markets. In addition, processes such as bone removal and microbiological treatment are performed on modern automated production lines. This ensures that the entire process meets international food safety and hygiene standards. Once completed, the boxes of red snapper are ready to be transported to major markets such as the United States, Japan, and South Korea. There, they appear in luxury restaurants, five-star hotels, and high-end seafood banquets. However, the ocean is changing, and the seafood industry is entering a new stage filled with challenges. The future of the iconic red snapper of the Gulf of Mexico has become more uncertain than ever. We can only hope that the ocean will continue to preserve treasures like the red snapper. But their future, like that of the ocean itself, remains something no one can predict with certainty. The familiar ingredients on our daily dining table may seem simple, but behind them lies a meticulous and enduring harvesting journey. From the fields to the orchards, everything is carefully nurtured to reach perfection before it reaches you, and it all begins from the very first moments on the field. Red apples have long been a familiar symbol in culinary traditions, appearing in everything from fragrant baked goods to sweet apple preserves. On large orchards, the harvesting process is optimized with tree shaking technology. A massive white tarp is spread under the tree, and when the machine begins to operate, gentle vibrations cause the ripe apples to fall naturally, landing softly onto the surface. Everything is safely caught, without harming the structure of the tree. However, for premium apple varieties, human hands are still the decisive factor. The pickers stand on ladders, gently twisting each apple to detach the stem without damaging the smooth skin. The apples are then placed into a bag worn across the chest, allowing them to move nimbly between dense branches. This combination of machinery and skilled craftsmanship ensures that only the finest apples are selected. Moving on, Brussels sprouts are quickly transported from the fields to distribution centers, ready to meet the everyday demands of consumers. The roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon have become a staple dish in many households. To harvest this vegetable, farmers use semi-automatic equipment, sitting directly on the machine to quickly pull each plant from the ground. The long stems, filled with small, lush green buds, are left intact. Then, they are fed into a cutting system equipped with rotating blades, gently separating each bud without bruising them. These green gems fall onto a conveyor belt, where workers inspect and sort them before sending them to the processing plant for washing and packing. Next, broccoli, a common ingredient in everyday meals, is produced globally with an annual output of millions of tons. In the fields, harvesters move swiftly between rows, using sharp knives to cleanly cut the broccoli heads close to the base. They deftly trim along the long leaves to reveal the fresh, succulent florets inside. Each head of broccoli is then carefully placed into a plastic bin and quickly transferred to a transport vehicle. In modern farms, machinery has played an even larger role in this process. Automated harvesting systems can cut entire broccoli plants at once under the shaded canopy, significantly saving time and labor. Meanwhile, dragon fruit, originating from the arid lands of Latin America, has undergone a long journey to become one of the most important fruits in Asia. Today, the dragon fruit industry is worth billions of dollars annually. On vast fields, dragon fruit flowers bloom brightly under the night sky, before transforming into the bright red fruits. When harvest time arrives, each fruit is carefully selected, then sent through strict processing lines. From the field to the table, each dragon fruit carries with it a long journey of effort and technology. At the same time, pomegranates have gradually become a standout feature in cuisine, with their red seeds glistening like precious gems. Farmers cut each pomegranate from the branches and gently place it into a basket to avoid collisions. With years of experience, they can harvest dozens of fruits in just 1 hour. At larger farms, mobile conveyor belts are deployed across the fields. The pickers simply place the fruit onto the belts, and the system automatically transports them to the containers, optimizing the entire process. Not only harvesting, but technology is also changing the way crops are protected. If spraying pesticides used to be a job fraught with health risks, now drones have replaced humans in this task. These flying devices can evenly apply pesticides across large areas without direct contact. Before each operation, all data about the field area, plant density, and growth stage is calculated and pre-programmed. As a result, pesticide spraying has become more accurate, efficient, and safer than ever, marking a significant advancement in modern agriculture. Closing the harvesting process, amid the cool early year atmosphere, the carrot harvest is taking place in the fields. The harvesting machine grips the green tops and gently pulls the carrot roots from the ground. Thanks to even pulling force, the carrots maintain their straight and beautiful shape. Immediately after being lifted, these bright orange carrots are transferred. The carrots are placed onto an inclined conveyor belt, where the initial cleaning process occurs, removing most of the dirt and remaining leaves. This is the first stop before these fresh carrots reach consumers.
There are fishing hauls so heavy that the entire boat trembles with every pull. The sound of taut ropes screeching through pulleys, waves slapping against the hull, and fishermen shouting in rhythm blend into a tense symphony across the open ocean. In today's video, we will revisit some of the most authentic, dramatic, and impressive fishing moments ever recorded across different seas around the world. That I am the icy waters of Alaska, widely known as the salmon capital of the United States. A massive circle of net has just completely closed. On the deck, fishermen strain their muscles as they haul in meter after meter of the heavy net. Coordinated shouts echo constantly to keep the team moving in unison. As the net bag slowly rises above the water, thousands of bright silver salmon thrash wildly inside. Each year, these waters produce more than 100 million salmon, making this region one of the largest fishing centers in the world. That I am the waters of India, another net haul is gradually swelling with weight. As the net is pulled in, large red snappers make the entire net bag heavier with every meter. A few fishermen jump into the water to stabilize the net, while others on the deck work together to pull the enormous net bag onto the boat. When the mouth of the net finally opens, hundreds of red snappers immediately pour into the storage, hold like a shimmering silver stream. As night falls over the waters of Indonesia, squid fishing boats begin to light up with long rows of brilliant LED lamps. The powerful lights attract dense schools of squid gathering beneath the surface. Every small tug on the fishing line travels straight to the hands of the fishermen. Within just a few minutes, hundreds of squid are hooked at the same time. The automated line pulling system operates continuously, bringing steady strings of fresh squid onto the deck at a constant pace. The Haiyan and other freezing sea. A king crab trap, weighing nearly 800 pounds, is slowly lifted from the water by a hydraulic system. When the lid of the trap is open, giant crabs appear with their massive claws clacking against each other. On the deck, the crew quickly inspects and sorts them. Even after working nearly 18 hours straight, they must maintain the pace to ensure the quality of the seafood. Off the coast of India, two small boats coordinate perfectly to surround a large school of mackerel. As the net circle tightens, large dip nets begin swinging rapidly. The shining silver mackerel are quickly transferred from the net into the boat's hold. In a very short time, the storage compartment is completely filled. Laughter erupts as everyone realizes that this single trip could secure income for their families for many weeks. As the sun sets, heavy snow crab pots are lifted one after another from the sea. Work on the deck continues without pause. The pots are opened, the crabs are sorted, and the empty traps are immediately lowered back into the water again. The rhythm of fishing repeats endlessly with near-perfect precision. That I end the waters of Vietnam at night. Powerful floodlights shine directly onto the surface to attract dense schools of anchovies. When the moment is right, the fishermen quickly pull the nets closed. Laughter echoes through the night as the net filled with anchovies rises from the water. On another vessel, a net weighing hundreds of kilograms is slowly hauled onto the deck amid the steady roar of the engine. When the mouth of the net opens, squid and fish are immediately poured into the hold for sorting. On a scallop harvesting vessel, a metal dredge net more than 2 meters wide is dropped to the seabed. After only a short time, the net bag behind it becomes completely full. Once pulled onto the deck, thousands of scallops spill out in piles and are quickly processed. that I am the waters of Australia. A hydraulic pulley system begins lifting lobster traps, weighing more than 150 pounds from the ocean floor to the surface. Fishermen on deck work almost non-stop, repeating this process hundreds of times every day. On some trips, they must check nearly 200 traps. That I am the waters of Japan. A school of tuna is being surrounded from multiple directions. As the net closes in, enormous dip nets are lowered into the water. With each lift, dozens of heavy tuna are brought onto the deck before being transferred directly into the cold storage hold. Across the world's oceans, scenes like these unfold every single day. It is exhausting work that demands strength, skill, and perfect coordination. But for the fishermen, every net filled with fish is not only the reward of a long journey at sea, but also a way of life deeply tied to the vast ocean.
Did you know that tens of millions of lobsters are consumed worldwide every year? Few can imagine that their journey begins deep down at the bottom of the ocean. In today's story, I'll take you along with the fishermen of the coastal regions to explore how they catch this precious seafood and the challenges they face to bring fresh lobsters to our tables. Each trip usually begins at dawn. Before the sun rises, fishermen wake up and carefully prepare everything. Making use of daylight is crucial, since offshore work is not only labor-intensive but also time-dependent. Once they reach the chosen waters, they prepare the bait, usually herring or mackerel. The strong scent of these fish is especially attractive to lobsters. The bait is placed inside mesh bags, secured in traps, and dropped into the water. Depending on the location, traps may soak for hours or even a full day. Once the smell spreads, lobsters nearby are drawn in. The traps are cleverly designed, easy to enter, nearly impossible to escape. When it's time to haul traps, fishermen look for the marked buoys and hook the lines to pull them up. Each trap is heavy, sometimes requiring hydraulic winches for assistance. Bit by bit, the traps break the surface, revealing lobsters wriggling inside. Fishermen quickly remove them, place them in trays, and measure their size with special gauges. Only those that meet market standards are kept. Undersized lobsters or females carrying eggs are released back to the sea. To protect breeding stock, fishermen cut a small notch on the tail of egg-bearing females before release. This mark warns future fishermen to let them go again, ensuring population stability. After harvest, many secure lobster claws with rubber bands to prevent them from fighting in the tanks, maintaining both their quality and the fisherman's safety. Besides trapping, some regions use spearfishing. Skilled divers, armed with spear guns, dive to the seabed, searching through rocky crevices. Sometimes, however, lobsters move so slowly that bare hands are enough. That's why this method is popular among tourists, an adventurous yet family-friendly activity for coastal communities. After sorting, lobsters are placed in seawater tanks maintained at 39 to 46 degrees Fahrenheit to keep them alive. These tanks are secured on the boats throughout the return trip. At the port, cranes lift containers off the vessel. Lobsters are weighed, priced, and sold to wholesalers or processing companies. It's no surprise lobsters are among the most expensive seafood in the US. Retail prices often range from $30–60 per pound, with wholesale prices sometimes exceeding $1,000, depending on size. Before reaching consumers, lobsters go through careful processing. They are separated into body and claws. Claw meat is usually boiled, extracted, and vacuum-packed at 25 to 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Some lobsters are steamed whole to preserve their natural sweetness. From there, they become the star of dishes, stir-fried with garlic butter, cooked in creamy sauces, or grilled with spices. From the depths of the ocean, through the skilled hands and patience of fishermen, lobsters finally arrive at the banquet table, carrying the essence of the sea. Behind each luxurious dish lies a long journey, filled with sweat and effort from those who live and work on the restless waves.
If all 79 million sheep in Australia were to disappear overnight, the country's agricultural sector could fall into chaos faster than many financial crises in modern history. That number is nearly 3 times Australia's population, but more importantly, it represents a production system worth tens of billions of dollars each year. Hundreds of thousands of farmers depend on it, while meat and wool from these flocks are exported to more than 100 countries around the world. Remarkably, sheep farming thrives most in some of the driest and windiest regions of Australia. Irregular rainfall, vast natural grasslands, and harsh terrain have shaped a unique livestock production model. A single sheep may be raised for many years to produce wool before eventually becoming part of the food supply chain. Each year, Australia's sheep produce more than 660 million pounds of wool and over 1.1 million tons of lamb and mutton. In particular, Australian merino wool accounts for about 70% of the global premium wool market. From tailored suits in Europe to high-end sweaters in Japan, many luxury fashion products originate from sheep raised on Australia's vast grasslands. Yet before these refined products appear in stores, everything begins with a carefully managed life cycle starting even before a sheep. Is born out on farms. Sheep are typically bred when they are around 8 to 12 months old, depending on the breed and physical condition. Breeding is timed so that lambs are born in spring, when pasture growth is at its peak. The gestation period lasts about 145 to 150 days, roughly 5 months. Throughout this time, the health of the ewe is closely monitored. Nutrition must provide enough energy for both birthing and nursing. Most ewes give birth to a single lamb, but with good nutrition, twin births can increase, helping expand the flock more quickly. When lambs are about 2 to 6 weeks old, they enter a stage that is almost mandatory in Australia's sheep production system: tail docking. This procedure helps keep the rear area dry and reduces the risk of fly strike, a condition in which flies lay eggs on moist skin and cause severe damage if left untreated. Despite various preventive measures, thousands of sheep are still affected by this condition each year. As a result, tail docking is considered a necessary practice in large-scale grazing systems. Around the same time, lambs also begin their routine vaccination program. The first injection is usually given when they are about 6 to 8 weeks old, followed by booster shots according to a standard schedule. By the time they are 3 to 4 months old, lambs begin grazing independently and are gradually weaned. From this stage, the flocks are sorted according to their intended purpose. Some are kept for breeding, while others are raised for wool and meat production. Managing tens of thousands of sheep across farms that span thousands of acres is nearly impossible using manual labor alone. For this reason, many modern farms use electronic ear tags to track the age, weight, vaccination schedule, and reproductive records of each animal point. One of the greatest economic values of sheep lies in their wool. Each year, sheep are typically shorn once in late spring or early summer. A skilled shearer can handle between 150 and 200 sheep per day. Alongside wool, lamb and mutton are also among Australia's most important export products. Meat sheep are usually brought to market when they are 6 to 12 months old, with live weights ranging from 88 to 121 pounds. Before reaching processing facilities, sheep are gathered at transfer stations, where they are sorted by weight. They are then transported by specialized trucks equipped with ventilation systems, non-slip flooring, and strict regulations regarding rest time and access to water. Upon arrival, the sheep are allowed to rest and stabilize before entering modern processing systems. The meat is rapidly chilled, graded, and packaged to meet the standards of different international markets. From the remote grasslands of Australia to dining tables on the other side of the planet, the journey of a single sheep can span many years. It endures droughts, demanding breeding seasons, and multiple shearings before ultimately becoming part of the global supply chain. If you want to continue exploring the stories behind large-scale agricultural industries around the world, be sure to follow the channel so you don't miss the upcoming episodes.
One of the most valuable seafood species in the world is bluefin tuna. Nearly 80% of the world's bluefin tuna production is used to make sushi and sashimi. This shows the enormous pressure placed on offshore fishing trips. To catch this species, often called the blue gold of the ocean, Japanese fishermen use longline fishing, a traditional technique that requires great patience and skill. Before every voyage, everything must be carefully prepared. From fishing lines and hooks to live bait, every detail is checked. Fishermen often choose mackerel or herring as bait because they can attract tuna from far away. When the vessel reaches the fishing grounds, long lines stretching for kilometers with hundreds of hooks are released into the sea. Then begins a waiting period that can last for hours or even days. During this time, fishermen face many risks. There are also threats from the ocean, such as sharks and other predators. For that reason, every voyage feels like a gamble with nature. But when a bluefin tuna weighing dozens or even hundreds of kilograms takes the bait, all the effort becomes worthwhile. As soon as the fish is pulled onto the boat, fishermen must process it immediately to preserve the quality of the meat. The fish is cleaned and moved into storage compartments. On modern vessels, tuna is often flash frozen at around -76°F to maintain freshness throughout the journey back to port. Thanks to this strict process, bluefin tuna has become one of the most valuable seafood products in the world. Wholesale prices for high-quality tuna usually range from $20 to $40 per pound. The next product is squid. Squid prices in Japan have increased 4 to 5 times in recent years. But this is not a positive sign. In reality, Japan's squid fishing industry is facing a serious crisis. In 2000, annual squid catches exceeded 300,000 tons. By 2024, however, the average catch had fallen to only about 0.38 squid per hour per fishing machine. This number shows that marine resources are declining rapidly. When production decreases, supply cannot meet market demand. As a result, many small and medium-sized squid fishing boats are struggling to operate, and some have been forced to stop working. However, many boat owners still continue to go out to sea. Under these conditions, squid fishing mainly takes place at night. On a commercial scale, squid are harvested using automatic jigging systems. Fishermen use artificial lures shaped like small squid or other marine creatures. These lures are arranged along fishing lines and lowered into the sea. When the boat turns on high-power LED lights, the light becomes a natural attractor. Squid swim toward the bright area and attack the lures suspended in the water. Then the machines pull the entire fishing line back onto the boat. The equipment can operate continuously day and night, saving time and reducing labor. On deck, fishermen quickly collect the squid and place them into baskets. In today's conditions, each fishing trip is not only about profit but also about survival for many fishermen. However, Japan is not only famous for fish. The country is also known as a kingdom of seaweed, with familiar varieties such as nori, wakame, and hijiki. About 90% of Japan's seaweed comes from Hokkaido, with Hakodate and Iriura being important production areas. Seaweed is usually grown in winter when the seawater is cold and clear, then harvested in spring or early summer. harvest day, boats move slowly along rows of seaweed nets in the ocean. Machines pull the nets covered with seaweed out of the water. In the middle of the boat, a rotating blade similar to a propeller gently cuts the seaweed from the net. The deck is slippery from seawater and seaweed, so fishermen must work carefully. A boat full of seaweed can produce around 10,000 sheets of nori after processing. Interestingly, seaweed farmers actually welcome rainy weather because rainwater carries nutrients from land into the ocean, helping seaweed grow better and improving both quality and yield. But as marine resources continue to decline and costs rise, the fishing industry faces many challenges. Therefore, sustainable harvesting and aquaculture are becoming important solutions to protect the ocean while ensuring food supplies for the future. What do you think about this? Share your opinion in the comments and do not forget to subscribe to the channel to see more upcoming videos.
Before sunrise, many fishing ports have already become busy. Boats line up along the pier as sailors prepare for their journey out to sea. Seafood has long been an important food source for humans. Fish, squid, shrimp, and many other marine species provide nutrition for millions of families around the world. The fishing industry also creates a large economic chain, from fishermen at sea to processing factories and seafood markets on land. In many coastal countries, fishing has existed for generations. Fishing trips can last several days and bring back large catches that supply food for markets and provide important income for coastal communities. When the boat reaches a familiar fishing area, the crew begins lowering the net into the sea. The large net slowly slides off the deck and sinks beneath the water. The boat moves in a wide circle to surround the fishing area. Floating buoys mark the position of the net on the surface of the sea. Meanwhile, the crew controls the net ropes to ensure the net spreads evenly and does not tangle. When the circle closes, the fishing zone is completely surrounded. The catch officially begins, and the crew prepares for the hauling stage. After waiting for some time, the captain orders the crew to start pulling in the net. The winch on the deck continuously turns, lifting the heavy net out of the water. As the net rises higher, fish begin to appear and leap vigorously on the surface of the sea. The scene becomes lively as hundreds of fish caught in the net are gradually pulled onto the deck. Along with fish, the net sometimes brings other seafood, such as scallops. These scallops are easily recognized by their hard fan-shaped shells. When the final part of the net is lifted, the seafood spills onto the deck and the crew quickly begins sorting that addition to nets. Many vessels specialize in catching large fish, such as tuna, swordfish, or marlin. These species are often caught using long-line fishing methods. A main fishing line can stretch several kilometers and holds hundreds of hooks spaced evenly apart. Each hook is baited to attract predatory fish after the line is dropped into the sea. The crew may wait for hours before hauling it back. When the line is pulled up, sometimes a large fish appears beneath the surface and must be lifted onto the deck using a crane. When night falls, many vessels switch to squid fishing. Hundreds of powerful lamps are turned on along both sides of the boat, turning the vessel into a bright point in the dark sea. The strong light attracts squid from deep water to swim near the surface. Squid lines equipped with specialized hooks are lowered into the sea. When squid latch onto the hooks, the reels pull the lines up and the squid drop into trays on the deck. During productive periods, squid can be hauled up continuously, creating a busy atmosphere on board. As soon as seafood is brought onto the deck, it must be handled quickly to maintain freshness. Fish are often rinsed with seawater to remove blood and impurities. They are then placed into containers filled with crushed ice. On larger vessels, seafood may also be stored in chilled seawater tanks or quick freezing systems. Maintaining low temperatures helps preserve the quality of the fish during long trips at sea. The containers are stacked neatly in the storage hold to prepare for transportation. After several days working at sea, the fishing vessel returns to the port. Cranes begin unloading the containers of seafood from the ship to the dock. Refrigerated trucks wait nearby to transport the fish to seafood markets or processing plants. The unloading process often happens quickly to ensure the seafood remains fresh. The containers are loaded onto trucks and leave the port to continue their journey inland. After arriving at processing plants or seafood markets, the fish are sorted by size and quality. Some are sold fresh on the same day, while others are filleted, packaged, or frozen for long-distance transportation. From the ocean to the dining table, each fish goes through a long journey. Behind every familiar seafood dish lies the hard work of fishermen at sea and an entire system of transportation and processing on land. Thanks to these fishing voyages, food from the ocean reaches millions of people every day.
On the arid lands of Australia, millions of goats are raised in a remarkably different way, combining natural conditions with modern management. Rather than being confined to barns, they roam across vast grasslands, foraging for their own food and adapting to harsh environments. The journey of each goat, from birth to becoming an export product, is part of a tightly controlled system that has been optimized over time. Globally, the goat population exceeds 900 million, with the highest concentrations in semi-arid regions. India and China lead in total herd size, while countries like Nigeria and Pakistan also maintain large-scale goat farming operations. However, Australia does not compete in volume, but rather in quality and in its production system for export-oriented goat meat. In 2024 alone, the country processed more than 3 million goats, supplying over 119 million pounds of meat to the global market. With around 55% of the export market share, Australia remains the world's largest supplier of goat meat. This advantage comes not only from its suitable dry climate, but also from its ability to turn marginal land into an efficient livestock resource. In states such as New South Wales and Queensland, farms spanning thousands of acres serve as natural habitats for goat herds. They feed on grass, leaves, and shrubs, while farmers maintain control through large-scale fencing, patrols, and health monitoring. This model reduces feed costs, makes use of otherwise unproductive land, and is well suited to remote areas. The production process begins with breeding selection. Meat goat breeds such as Boar and Kalahari are favored for their rapid growth and strong adaptability. Breeding goats are selected based on physical condition, health, and reproductive performance. A single male can mate with dozens of females each season, and the gestation period lasts about 5 months. During pregnancy, female goats continue to graze naturally, but are supplemented with minerals and clean water. These seemingly simple factors directly influence the development of the young. In harsh weather conditions, shade structures or windbreaks are installed to protect the herd. Newborn kids are able to stand within just a few hours. In their first day, they must consume enough colostrum to build their immune system. This stage is critical, as poor management can lead to mortality rates of up to 10%. Weaker individuals are separated and given special care to ensure the highest possible survival rate. As they grow, the herd is clearly categorized by purpose: breeding or meat production. They continue grazing on natural pasture, supplemented with feeds such as grains or agricultural byproducts. On average, each goat consumes between 1.6 and 4.5 kilograms of feed per day, and access to clean water remains essential for maintaining growth rates. Technology plays an increasingly important role in herd management. Many farms use electronic ear tags to track individual animals, from weight and vaccination schedules to overall health status. Monitoring is no longer based solely on manual observation, but is supported by off-road vehicles, herding dogs, and even drones for large-scale surveillance. Once they reach a weight of 25 to 35 kilograms, goats are ready for market, typically between 6 and 9 months of age. At this stage, the meat is at its best quality: tender, lean, and highly valuable. After health inspections, the animals are transported using specialized vehicles to minimize stress before processing. At processing facilities, operations are carried out quickly while strictly adhering to food safety standards. The meat is cleaned, graded, and packaged before distribution. Approximately 90% of the production is exported, with the United States as the largest market, followed by the Middle East and Asia. Goat farming not only generates economic value, but also contributes to vegetation management and reduces wildfire risks. Goats feed on shrubs and weeds, helping restore ecological balance and improve land conditions. From dry grasslands to dining tables around the world, the journey of goat meat represents a tightly integrated link between nature and technology. Australia has proven that even under the harshest conditions, with proper management, every resource can be transformed into a sustainable advantage. If you find this topic interesting, stay tuned to explore more stories about modern agriculture around the world.